Hello everybody. Right, I still get my printed circuit boards from Caitlin, but I didn't want to get hundreds for a prototype project. So what I did was I thought, right, I'll send the files off to two prototype manufacturers and see what the results are like. One was Seed, SPDT, and the other one was JLC PCB. And I think I know what you're going to say, but I know that also some of you swear by both of them. Right, this is one, and you can see my logo, not a problem. Here's the other one, and my logo's that's about face. In other words, the wrong way around. Now, I ordered these two on exactly the same day, using exactly the same files, and this one came out okay. What happened with this one I don't know. I had a lot of problem with this one. They kept on telling me my files were wrong, and they were sending me a picture, a screen capture that they had, where it was showing this connector down here, where the holes were up here, and the connector was down there. And I double checked, nothing wrong at all. So I resent the file. Another week went by, they sent an email, exactly the same fault. I resent the file. Again, they sent an email with exactly the same fault. And I wrote back to them, I said, look, I've attached the file again. There is nothing wrong with it. And if you can't do it this time, reimburse me my money. And I ended up getting these 2 weeks later. So in all, it took me about 5 weeks to get these. Now these, I didn't have any problems whatever, except that they sent me an email asking me to double check my file, which I did, and I sent back, yeah, it's fine, no problem at all, but I sent another copy just in case. And a week later I got these. So in all, these took 2 weeks, these took 5 weeks. Now, which one do you think is from JLC PCB, and which one do you think is from Seed, SPDT? Well, I know a lot of you are screaming, that's SEED, and this is JLPCB. Go to the top of the class, get your merit badges, you are absolutely 100% correct. Seed were a total waste of time for something that I wanted quite quickly. So I shall be using these boards. I can still use them. They have a personal flaw in both of them, and all it is I've left a diode out, or 2 diodes. That's it. Everything else is fine. And apart from the to and froing about the file because of the connector and receiving them with my logo the wrong way around, well, I'll say no more. But what are they for? They are for this, which I've partly built. Right? Now, excuse me, it uses a small switch mode power supply, sort of. And it's for 3D printers. Now, I've designed this for 3D printers with a mechanical end stop on the x-axis. It can be put on the y-axis, it could be put on whichever axis you want. And what it is, it's an end of print cutoff. I saw a few videos where people had fires on their machines. Now, I'm not saying this will stop a fire. Under no circumstances am I claiming this will stop a fire. What this will do is give you a little bit of peace of mind on a long print. You know, where you have to go out shopping, go to work, whatever. You know, go to bed. You leave it running all night. And I emphasize, this is only a help. It is not a means of stopping a fire occurring. Okay? Now, basically what this does is this relay, I'll show you the circuit later, but this relay is operated from these 2 connectors, and all that happens is you split the axis end stops that you're going to use, and you put the one that goes to the board to this one, and the one that goes to the switch itself to this one, so that when the machine reaches the end stop at the end of print, it will energize this relay, send the signal out to the board, but also kill the system. It will kill all the power to the 3D printer by killing the AC to the power supply. Now, I know a lot of machines you won't be able to do that on, but you may find a way around it. This is all open source as normal. I shall leave the video onto the circuit at the end for a while, so that you can freeze frame it and do a screen capture or draw it out on paper or whatever you want to do. And basically all that happens is from the mains plug, main socket at the back of the underneath the power supply, goes into goes from the socket to the stop switch. There's a stop switch, and I'll show you all that in a minute. And then from the stop switch it comes in here, and this supplies the 12 volts required for operating the circuit. And then the output to the 3D printer board, 3D printer power supply board or unit, comes out of there and gets connected to the mains input of the power supply. And what happens is, because the mains is being switched by this relay, when this relay activates, that then energizes and latches the whole system off. Yeah, I know what you're saying. If you do that during print, then it ain't going to work. Patience. These 3 pins here, as I said, I haven't finished building this yet. I've done a prototype and I'll show you that later. These 3 pins here are for a single pole double throw switch. In the one position, it will switch on the green LED, which is in that position now. And when you arm the system, it will also switch on the, it will then switch on, rather, the red LED. Excuse me. Now, I've tested this extensively and it works, otherwise I wouldn't have got the boards done. Now, one thing I'm going to do for anybody that wants them, I am ordering some boards from Caitlin, and it will have my cock up, yeah, my mistake put in for it. Excuse me. And when those boards come through, I should imagine I get them. If I can, I'll order them at the end of next week. It's Saturday today, 2nd of June. And then when they come, what I'm going to do is I'll send anybody a board that comments down below and says that they would like a board. I mean, you can have more than one board, not a problem. If you want to build these and sell them, not a problem. Now, what am I asking in return for a board? That is very simple and is no hardship to anybody, I don't think. All I say to you, I'll send you board or boards, whichever it is, and you send me something from your country. I don't care what it is, even if it's a burnt out match or a washer. I just want to receive something from another part of the world, right? I mean, I've had things from subscribers before and they've been okay, but in this instance, what I'm going to do is when I receive your gift, whatever it is, I will do a specific video promoting your channel and showing everybody what you've sent me. Okay? And I don't care what it is you send me. Alright? Send me a wife if you want. Yeah, I could do with one. Right. So that's the 3D end of print cutoff unit. I will put links for the power supply that I use and the relays. The connectors I'd advise going to AliExpress because you can get loads of them for next to nothing. On eBay, 10 for £1.50 is a bit expensive to my mind. I can get 200 from AliExpress for a couple of quid. You know, it's ridiculous, really is. But yeah, Don't use seed. Use JLC PCB. I can't found their quality enough and their business. That's the board you'll get. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with them. And for my short runs or small runs, guess who I'll be using from now on? It won't be that one, will it?